Afternoon. It is Sunday here, and it is cold outside. So I thought I'd get on, do a little live stream action. Got a video up today on the Gladiator versus the Tacoma. What's your pick? Anyway, it's sitting here. It is finally sunny outside. It has been raining here for days, it seems like. Some low or something, I think, that's now headed up Florida way, and then it's going to go up the East Coast and get everybody all wet up there. I don't know. Anyway, what's happening? I don't know if there's any games on today. I think so, but I'm not exactly sure. Let's see. I'm trying a little bit different format here on the live stream. I think it's working okay. You guys or anybody that's on will have to let me know. But it looks to be all right. Tundra Whisper, heck yeah, go Hawks. Is the game on right now? Is there a game on right now? I haven't checked the TV yet today, so I'm not really sure. Who knows? My 500 team, I think, the Cowboys, are they playing today? I don't even know. Bob Winters, hey, or howdy, Rob, happy Sunday. Hey, what's up, man? At 1:30 for the Hawks. Okay, well, what time is it? I don't even know. There's no clock. Here we go. It's 1:22. Okay, gotcha. Got to have a little sip of the, I guess this is the brown nectar, right? I don't even know if you can see it. There you go. Let's see. 1:30 for the Hawks. I'll have to check it out when I'm available. Lucinda. Just bought a TRD Sport 4x4 6-speed in Voodoo Blue. Awesome color choice. And I got to say, not at all disappointed. Love the taco. Well, congratulations. That's awesome. Did you get, let's see, you said 6-speed. Is that manual or automatic? Bob Winters says, hi, T-Dub. T-Dub says, hello, Bob. Dave C. says, hey, Rob. Dave, what's up, man? Sean DeLong says, hey, Rob, how's it going? It's good, Sean. How you doing, man? What are you guys doing on this Sunday afternoon? Barely afternoon here, anyway. It's 1:22. Here. Tundra Whisper says 11:22 my time. Gotcha. So you are behind. You're behind the times, man. Lucinda says most of the decision was thanks to you, though. Well, I'm glad I could help, man. That is awesome. What did you get? Well, you got Voodoo Blue, so you had to get a 2020 unless you got a Pro, and then you could have gotten a 2019, I guess. So what did you get? Tundra Whisper says hello, Sean. Bob Winters thought otherwise. Sean DeLong says, hey, T-Dub. Lucinda says, manual, LOL. Best anti-theft tool money can buy. I know. Have you seen some of the commercials and stuff and some of the stories that happen? People out there try to steal something and it's manual. They don't know how to drive it. I think it's hilarious. Excuse me. Dave C's at work. At work on a Sunday? What do you do, Dave? If you don't mind me asking. T-Dub says, I'm having the dreaded in-law ex-mad party at 1 o'clock. Oh, cool. Good for you, man. That'll be fun. Bob Winters, working in the garage, trying to fit my Tundra in. Are you still trying to do that, huh? So you're probably arranging, I've been there, right? Arranging shelves and moving things. And pretty soon you find you end up building your garage around your Tundra because that's just the way it works, Monty Piper. Hey, Monty, what's up? Monty says, yo. Excuse me. Tundra Whisper says, Xmas, LOL. In-laws, Xmas, X-Mad. It could be the same thing. I don't know. Dave C's a firefighter. Awesome. Thank you for your service. We need firefighters in case we have fires. But I imagine it's probably pretty boring for you most of the time. Bob Winters says, good luck, T-Dub. T-Dub says, Sean, laugh, crying, thumbs up, and all that good stuff. Lucinda says, 2020 with a new LED headlight package. Beautiful. I bet. By the way, it's 9:30 here. Aloha from Hawaii. Awesome. Well, you are way behind where we are. It's pushing 1:30. I guess it probably is 1:30. Yeah, it's 1:25-ish. We'll round it. It's 1:30. How is the weather in Hawaii today? Here in South Texas, I'm going to give you a little report. It is, it isn't 35 and it isn't 49. Let's see. I got to get the right place. It's 63 and sunny. 63 and sunny right now. And today's high, I think, is supposed to be 66. We had this little front go through or something that wiped out all the heat and humidity. So now it's just cold. And we have a bee problem now. Go figure. It gets cold and we have a bee problem. Frankie T says, Merry Christmas, Rob. Merry Christmas, Frankie, and everybody on here. Bob Winter says, yep, installing shelves. There you go, Bob. I know how it goes, man. Thunder Whisper says, where's Krista? I don't know. I don't know where she is. You know, the house isn't that big. You'd think we'd know where we are, but she could be anywhere. I'm upstairs somewhere. So Chad Cronard says, hey, Rob. Hey, Chad, what's up, man? Dave C, he's a thumbs upping. Bob Wonder says 50s here in Ohio and beautiful sunny weather. I bet for this time of year in Ohio, 50s. That's pretty good. Henry Rodriguez says, Merry Christmas, Rob. Merry Christmas, Henry. Moises XD 2020 Tundra finally has more USBs. LOL. It's the little things, right? Lucinda says 75 and cloudy. A cold front is moving through here, so usually it's 86 and sunny. Yeah, but you're in Hawaii. I mean, if you're in Hawaii, does it really even matter? I mean, you know, it's Hawaii. I mean, were you born there? Have you lived there all your life, or did you move there, or how'd you end up in Hawaii? I've never been there, but it would be cool to see. That's for sure. Thunder Whisper says cold and wet here. Then the in-laws show up and it gets bitter. Ooh, ooh. Well, I wish you luck. I mean, I hope it goes okay. They can't be that bad. I mean, they can't be. Justin Stevenson, he's a triple thumbs up. And Sean says, Krista should show up as an elf and say Merry Christmas. I agree. Krista, if you're on here, I don't even know if she's watching. You know, I don't know. But if you are, then you should do this. Wow, I'm real time. Usually on the other software that I use for this, it's delayed. I didn't realize I was real time. You guys are seeing this as it happens. Just a little delay, but not much. Wow. Lucinda says, born and raised here. Awesome. Awesome. Have you ever been to the continental U.S. or have you spent the entire time in Hawaii? Although I don't know if you live in Hawaii, why you would want to come over to the continental U.S. I mean, it's Hawaii, for God's sake. So anyway, we got a little video out today. I don't know if anybody watched it, but talking about the Gladiator and the Jeep, the Gladiator and the Jeep, the Gladiator and the Tacoma. And man, I did not realize how expensive those are. You know, I've looked at them here and there just for info's sake or whatever, but I never realized how much difference there is in price. I mean, my God, $60,000 for a Rubicon? What? You can get a top of the line TRD Pro for what? 50 maybe? Mid 40s, something like that? I don't know. I don't know. Thunder Whisper says no 7-second delay for language, Rob. No, there is no language delay for me. Monty Piper says, hang loose, hang loose. Do the kids still say that? The old kids, the older kids, probably. I don't know. Sean, don't you miss that cold and raining weather in Ohio? No. That's one thing, man. If you got a nice day, it was a treat because typically it rained or it was cold or something was going on. I mean, the weather up there has just, I don't know, it's changed over the years, you know? And then when you get storms, we don't just get rain. You get severe lightning, thunderstorms, tornado warnings. I mean, constantly. We've had, I think, one tornado warning since we've been in Texas. Now, we're a little below Tornado Alley here, but one. And of course, that was at 3 o'clock in the morning when funnel clouds were supposedly being sighted all over the place. That wouldn't be good. But nothing like Ohio. Seems like every time there's a storm or something that comes through, it's tornado warnings, you know? I don't know. Tony Whisper says, that's the Ugliator. The Ugliator. Yeah. I don't know. They look better in person than they do in pictures, I think, because when I first saw them, I thought, ew, you know, it's kind of hideous looking. But as I've seen them around in person, they do look better. There's one not far from me. It's red, and it looks pretty good. But I got to say, they are a lot bigger than I thought they were. They're longer than the Tacoma and wider than the Tacoma. It's weird. They look bulky to me. I don't know. too much, I think. Let's see. Lucinda says, yeah, I've traveled to the continental U.S., but I think you'd love it here. Tacoma's everywhere. LOL. Yeah, excuse me, I would love to see Hawaii anyway. The Tacoma's everywhere. That would be just a bonus. Carlos Del Cid. Hey, one question. 275 7016 tires. Do you think the size will fit on my 2016 Tacoma 275 70s? I think I have 275 70s on the Tacoma right now. I think. Pretty sure that's what I have. And if so, then yeah, you wouldn't have any problem. I'm running those now. Turo Junior Guerrero. I'd rather get the new Tesla truck for that Gladiator price. Oh boy, that would be tough. I don't think I could do it. I think I would get the Gladiator before I would buy that new truck. I just don't like it. I think it's ugly. Lucinda says, no one says hang loose. LOL. Must be an age thing. It's an age thing. Monty Piper, he's laughing. Frankie, trying to decide between the Tundra or Tacoma TRD off-road. Do you have a family? Do you haul more than 2 people at a time? That should make your decision. Let's see. Sean DeLong says, yep, that Jeep truck is fugly. Plus, it's 10K more than my Pro. I know. What are they doing? I mean, I don't know. When they first came out, I think all you could get was the Rubicon, right? The higher trim level. You couldn't get, like the Sport S, all those different lower trim levels, which I think are now starting finally to become available. But 60 grand for a Jeep truck. I mean, you can get you could probably get into a Raptor for that, or pretty close, I would think. With some good bargaining, you could probably get into a Raptor for that. I don't know. It's just crazy money, I think, man. Let's see. Lucinda says, oh, that's right. No one's saying that. Sean DeLong, yep, that Jeep truck is fugly, plus it's 10K. I read that more than the Pro. Billy Bob, hang loose, dude. Hang loose. There you go. We're going to bring that term back into fad, back into the 2000s. Tender Whisper says, hey, Seuss, seriously, Sean, didn't know that. Even the price is ugly. Yeah, for sure. Sean DeLong says, no doubt, T-Dub. Justin Stevenson says, I'll get them, but I have a 3-inch lift. I'll get them, but I have a 3-inch lift. I'm not sure what you mean there. Maybe I have lost the train of thought. Lucinda says, that new Tesla looks like a modern DeLorean, LOL. Yeah, it looks heavily based on the DeLorean to me. Now, maybe it's just because they decided to do it in the stainless steel, material or whatever. I don't know, but it heavily favors the DeLorean, I think. Who knows? Maybe they're trying to bring back the DeLorean, and that's going to be the design of their next electric sports car. I don't know. It's crazy. Let's see. Sean, that Tesla truck is fugly too. Yeah, what would you take? Would you take based on looks alone, the Tesla truck or the Jeep Gladiator? Maybe that's what I should have done the video on. Tesla truck versus Jeep Gladiator, aesthetics only. Which one would you take? Sean, Frankie, let me simplify it for you. Tundra. Well, given the name of the individual that made that comment, they might be just a little bit biased, Frankie. Just a hair. I mean, I don't know. Tundra Whisper says the Tundra can do anything the Taco can do plus more. It can't go down narrow trails. It can't navigate through narrow alleys and parking lots. It can't park in narrow parking spaces. Can't do any of that. Can't do any of that. If you have the double cab trim level in the SR5, you can't hit a button and open up the rear window. It can't do that. I'm just saying. It's not true. Don't dog the Tacoma, man. Let's see. Justin Stevenson says, they will fit Whoa, wait a minute. Z Diver 20. Oh, we got a super chat from Z Diver Paul. Thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate that. $20 super chat. Awesome, Paul. And Merry Christmas to you too, buddy. Awesome, man. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's see. Where was I? Monty Piper says he would take the Gladiator. So we got a Gladiator. I'm gonna mark this down. Let me get a piece of paper because I'm curious. We got the Gladiator. We're gonna call that the Glad, and the let's go with the Tacoma or the Taco. So that's one. Can you see that? One Gladiator right there. One Gladiator. Lucinda says I'd probably go with the Gladiator because of the bed. LOL. Up, there we go. We got another Gladiator. But the Tesla truck does have a bed. They didn't do a very great job of highlighting that, unless you watch the live reveal. It has like an electronic, I think, tonneau cover that goes down over it, but it does have a bed. Let's see. Oh, I have lost my spot. Okay, Lucinda. Steve says on my fourth Tundra, very happy and recommend. Awesome. There you go. Fourth Tundra owner. I'm on my second Tundra. And we'll be on my third probably once this new super duper hybrid deal comes out in what is it? End of 20. My guess is probably going to be in 2021. You know, a lot of people are talking 2020, and they've got connections where they've been told that it's going to. I can't see it until 2021, maybe even 2022. Who knows, man? Let's see. Turo Junior Guerrero says Tesla. What am I doing? I'm doing this all wrong. I meant the Tesla and the Gladiator. Sorry. The Tesla and the Gladiator, not the Taco. And I spelled it wrong. I spelled it Telza. So, Gladiator and Tesla, not the Tacoma. Gladiator and Tesla. That's what we're comparing. Which one would you take based on aesthetics alone? Okay, so we have a Tesla for Turo. Bob Winter says neither. They're both ugly to me. Now, Bob, that wasn't one of the choices, man. We only make two trucks in this country. You have the Tesla and you have the Gladiator. From an aesthetic standpoint, you must pick one or walk. It's up to you. You could walk. So you must choose either the Gladiator or the Tesla. That's the deal. Thunder Whisper says it makes its own trails, Rob. Sean says, I'd buy a Jeep over the electric Ridgeline. Ooh, so we got a Gladiator. 3-1. It's 3-1 right there. See that? Telsa? Yeah, I know I spelled it wrong. 3-1. Monty Piper says, rather have a GMC 2500 Duramax, maybe a Dodge Cummins. That's not a choice. They don't make those. In our fantasy world, you either drive a Gladiator or a Tesla. You can only pick one or the other. The Cummins would be interesting, though, I must say. Justin says the Tacoma. I know I screwed up. It's either the Tesla or the Gladiator. I would take the Tacoma, too. I have. Monty Piper says, sorry, Ram. Frankie says, Toyota reliability is best. My 988 4Runner has 180,000 miles with original brake pads, no issues. Wow, 180,000 miles on original brake pads? Do you use the brakes? That's awesome. Chad Cronat says, Tacoma all the way. I know, I screwed up. That's two Tacomas. And we have 3 Gladiators and 1 Tesla. Monty Piper says, sorry, Ram. I read that already. Let's see, I'm backing up. Thunder Whisper says, Steve, very nice. Moises says, Gladiator versus Tesla. I'd go with the Gladiator. There we go. Number 4 for the Gladiator. Number 4. It is 4-1. Smith Rocks is on his 6th Tacoma. Wow, you've got 1 or 2 more than me. I've had 5 or 6. I lose track. Awesome. You must be a Tacoma guy, man. Or gal. I don't know. JG says, I would go with the Taco because of the reliability. So you must be referring to that or the Gladiator then. Let's see. Justin says the Gladiator. That's 5-1 Gladiator. Smith Rock says the Gladiator. That is 6-1. It's starting to look like it's not even going to be a competition here. Tundra Whisper says, daggone darn it, that's an impossible choice for me. You got to pick one, T-Dub. It's either that or walk, man. Walk, you know. JG says, I would go with the Gladiator because of the roof. Yeah, that would be cool. That's the one thing I really like about that. It's a truck, but it's a convertible, you know, in essence. I like that. I like that a lot. I had thought about getting one just for that reason. All right, Bob is making a commitment here. He says, okay, the Gladiator of the two ugly trucks. All right, Bob has chosen the Gladiator. Steve Meddy says, Gladiator if I have to. Yes, you have to. There are no other choices in this alternate universe. You either drive a Gladiator or you drive a Tesla. You have to pick one. Let's see. Tundra Whisper says, how much are they asking for the Tesla? Oh, anywhere from 30s to 80s, I think, something like that. 70s, something like that. I don't remember. Big Mo, what's up, Big Mo? How you doing there, buddy? Let's see. Jordan DeWald says, Toyota Tundra Gooseneck. Toyota Tundra Gooseneck. You've been into campers lately, haven't you there, bud? Sean DeLog says, Frankie T doesn't stop much. No, Frankie doesn't stop much. He never uses his brakes. I'd hate to see the front end of that 4Runner, though. I don't know. Bob Wonder says, if they improve the Gladiator's rear end. So you don't like the rear portion of it, huh? I don't know. I haven't decided for me what exactly it is about it. I think it's just too square and too chunky. You know, it needs to maintain its Jeepness, but it needs to be rounded somehow. I don't know. Too much chunk for me. Bob Winters says, I read that. Smith Rock says, I'm a gal. Well, I apologize, Smith Rocks, and welcome. You see, sometimes I can't tell from the names, you know. Monty Piper says, even the Tacomas are beating out the Tesla. That's right. The Tesla only has one. Z-Diver says, Gladiator Rubicon and first mod would be 35s. Oh, absolutely. So we have 9 Gladiators and 1 Tesla. I agree, Paul. If you get the Gladiator, you got to change the tire size on that thing because it looks lacking the way it is. The way it comes stock, it just doesn't look really very good, I don't think. Let's see. Steve, we jumped or something, or I jumped. That was actually my fault. Steve Van Voorhees. Steve Van Voorhees. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Or Van Voorhees. Time to change out the hat like you did on a previous video. I'm not a green person, so I would take the Gladiator. Can't beat the sound of a combustion engine. Gotcha. So we're at 10-1 now. 10-1. Chad Cronat says, I hear Ram coming out with a Dakota in 2021. It seems to me like I heard that somewhere, like they were going to bring the Dakota back. You know, I love the looks of the Dakota, but the problem was the seating position. It was worse than the Tacoma was, you know, now that the Tacoma has the electric seats. But it felt like you were laying down in that thing. They had the floor so high that you were like reclining to sit in that thing. It was horrible. I looked at one. I was going to buy one once, and that alone stopped me from doing it because it was a nightmare. Chad Kratz, he's going Gladiator. We're at 11-1. Carlos PV says, my first Tacoma 2019 and love it. Congratulations, Carlos. That's awesome. What trim level did you get? And is it automatic or stick? Jordan DeWald says Jeep trucks. Turo says 40 to 50K for the Tesla. There you go. So it's in Gladiator range price-wise, actually a little less if you go with the top dog. Turo says 40K for standard and 50K for the top end, which gets 500 miles on a full charge. Gotcha. I don't know where I got 80. I must be thinking of something else. I don't know. Sean says bring back the El Camino. I wouldn't be surprised, you know. Surely the El Camino is going to make another appearance, or that Subaru. What was it? Was it the Outback or what was the Subaru that had the bed in it? I can't remember. Was it the Outback? Thunder Whisper says, just coast to a stop each time. That would definitely save the brakes. That's true. As long as you have the time to do that. Now, you might want to plan. You might want to plan your trip. Jordan, the sports cars. Krista says, hi, guys. Don't forget to drop a like. There she is. The elf has made an appearance. Krista shall now be known as the elf during the Christmas spirit. Bob Winter says, oh, hey, Krista, I forgot. Yes, hit that thumbs up button. That always helps out the channel. I really appreciate that. Thunder Whisper says, there's DeBose. Hi, Krista. That's my imitation of T-Dub. Brian Prawl says, when is the Tesla actually available? That's the big question. Nobody really knows for sure. And I got news for you. If you're one of the people that dropped a Hondo for that little, what you may think is a reservation to buy the Tesla, you are mistaken. You dropped that Hondo so that you would have the privilege of registering to buy a Tundra once they are available. Once they are available, you can go into the site and you can order one, and they will refund your $100 deposit. That's how they're doing it. You can't apply that $100 to the price of the Tesla. No, they don't let you do that. So a lot of people, I think, are under the impression that because they've put down a deposit, which it isn't, that they think they somehow lay claim to a Tesla once they're announced or released or whatever. That is not true. That is not true. Let's see. Bob Winters, he thumbed up. Thank you, Bob. Krista Greenbean says, hey, Bob, I forget too sometimes. What? Bob Winters says, it's there. Thank you, Bob. I see up to 12 now. Carlos PV says, automatic off-road model. Awesome. Awesome. I've got the automatic on order. In case anybody didn't know. I don't know how you couldn't if you didn't watch the channel, if you watched the channel, but it's coming. It's coming in February still. I'm hoping for a phone call anytime. Krista Greenbean says, hiya, T-Dub. Brian says, Gladiator. All right, we got another Gladiator. Remember, we're still taking votes. If you had to choose only one, because that's all we make in this fantasy world, a Gladiator or a Tesla, which one do you choose? No other options except for walking. You got to pick one. That's just the way it is. Let's see. Thunder Whisper says, I'm going Gladiator. Then he's not happy. He's going Gladiator, so that is 13 to 1. 13 to 1 so far. I am keeping track. Justin Stevenson says, Baja. Yes, the Subaru Brat. That's right, Sean. The Subaru Brat. That's what it was. Which they don't make anymore, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure they don't. Lucinda says, biggest disappointment bringing back old cars is the Mitsubishi Eclipse. Yeah, the Eclipse and the Supra. The Supra was a disappointment for me. I've heard, that it's not doing well. I can believe it. I don't like it. I wouldn't buy it. And it's teeny tiny inside, man. I looked at a new one, at the Toyota dealership, and it is tiny inside, man. Let's see. Chad Canard says, howdy, Krista. Jordan DeWalt says, new Toyota Tundra, 25 mile per gallon. Toyota Tundra, 30 mile per gallon. I've heard it's supposed to get over 30 mile per gallon. We shall see. They say over. Now, that's the rumor mill. I don't believe Toyota has actually come out and said anything, I don't think. Krista Greenbean says, I could be an elf. They are happy schemers. I suppose so. I suppose so. Krista Greenbean says, hi, Chad. Frankie says, in the Bay Area, I can barely fit the Tundra in the mall parking spaces. That's what I'm talking about, man. It all depends on what your needs are. I mean, if you live in a tight area, especially where you're at there, it's got to be tough to fit in there. By the way, you're in the Bay Area. I got to ask you a question, Frankie. Have you ever seen or heard of a guy in your area that sells, I must be hearing myself on Krista's phone, that sells pearls online? He calls himself the pirate. He dresses like a pirate all the time. You ever heard of this guy? I'm just curious. Bob Winter says, I want a Taco now in addition to my Tundra and 4Runner, needing a bigger garage. I know, Bob. That's what happens. But I will tell you that once you get into the multiple car arena, you never leave. And sometimes you find yourself with more cars than you have room to store them. At one point, I think I had 5. And they were all, most of them were pretty high-end stuff. I mean, you know, for normal cars, it was a Corvette, Mercedes, a Porsche. What else did I have? Those were probably the highest end. And then I had the Tundra and the Tacoma and a couple of Audis. I mean, it never ends, you know, it never ends. Let's see. Jordan DeWalt says, new 2021 Toyota Tundra, not 30 miles per gallon. We'll have to see. I hope it's over 30 miles per gallon. I've heard it's going to be. The rumor mill says it is, but you know, the rumor mill. Yeah, you never know. Tundra Whisper says, if I'm laying any money down, by gosh, I'm taking something home with me, daggammit. Well, then I suggest you don't put a deposit down on the Tesla, because you ain't taking nothing. You're just taking the it's not the right, what's the word? The ability, the honor, to be able to try to buy one once they come out. It even says in the small print that putting down this deposit does not guarantee that you'll get a Tesla. So, you know. Bob Winter says, Frankie, yeah, don't like parking my Tundra. Yeah, parking's the worst thing, Bob. And I tell you, for me, when I park the Tundra, I always pull through spaces. I never put it where tight. I never pull into a space unless it's up against a building or something and I have, you know, line of sight to back out. And I never back it in anywhere because, frankly, I've never been a great backer. So I always pull through the spots. That way, when I leave, I just pull out and I'm gone. Simple. So I just don't put myself in that position, you know. Let's see. Bob Winter says, have an old VW Bug too. Is it convertible or hardtop? And what color is it? Lucinda says, the only parking lot that I can fit a Tundra is the Costco parking lot. LOL. Yeah, and I would think that parking lot, typically those kind of places have humongo parking lots. So that's a drag though, man. Bob Winter says, anyone want an old VW Bug? Yeah, ship it up to me. I'll use it as a channel car, trash it, and then junk it. Because I think that'd be kind of fun. Let's see. Jordan DeWalt says 2021 Toyota Tundra 6-inch lifted. That sounds good. Moises XD, backing up is the best way to park in tight spaces with the Tundra. Not if you're me. I am a horrible backer. And probably because I don't do it often, because I know I'm a horrible backer, right? But if you're good at it, I guess. Monty Piper says, done with bugs. Probably owned 15 over the years. Wow. My parents had one when I was growing up. It ran half the time and had no heat. We didn't have it very long. That's all I remember about it. I think it was probably seemed like it was less than 6 months that we had that car. I don't know. Tundra Whisper says, what a way to sell cars. Give us your money, we'll call you. Crazy. It's a great way to earn interest on that money. I mean, when you get that Hondo back, they're not going to give you interest on your money back, but you can bet that while that money I heard it was like 250,000 people, 200-some thousand people, correct me if I'm wrong, actually put down the $100 for this new Tesla. Now that's $250,000 sitting in the bank or invested, earning money. And if it's Tesla, I would think they'd probably just invest it because they have probably a couple of years, maybe 3, where that money is just going to sit there and earn interest, you know? So it's a little bit of income. I don't know. Pretty smart idea, I think. Plus, they can gauge interest by doing that. I mean, if people want it, not money interest, you know? Let's see. I say that a lot. Let's see. Or okay. Sean Along says, having cars, trucks, and Jeeps are hard to put away. Short of having a warehouse, I'm looking. I know. You've got a few too, don't you? I mean, you've got the Jeep, you've got the Tundra, your wife has something. That's 3. I'm not sure how many more you have, but Bob Winters, he's yeah, I know, smiling. Boise City Auto says, hey guys. Hey Dan, what's up? Long time, buddy. How you been? Frankie says, never heard of the pirate, but I'm not into pearls yet. Yeah, he's just a guy you would know. I mean, if you knew of that at all, but he sells pearls. You know, there's all these pearl companies online now selling pearls. They shuck pearls and then they sell them. But he's one of the better ones as far as presentation goes. He wears the whole garb and all that stuff, and has the accent. I don't know if he really has an accent or not, but he always has an accent on his show, and he's always drunk. He drinks a lot. He drinks all the time. At least I shouldn't say that. He pretends to drink a lot. You know, he has this game that they play, and he'll pour a shot, right? But I've watched. If you pay attention, you see the shot he pours is like a drop. It's nothing, you know. So he's not drinking anything. So he's trying to be slick, because if he drank as much as he led you to believe that he drank, he'd be laying on the floor. Now, I will say there's been a few times when he's almost laying on the floor. So there are occasions that he has a little more, but that's lovely. Lovely. Bob Winter says, hardtop 73 Super Beetle, tired of working on it. Well, that's a classic, man. That's a classic. Might be able to get something out of it. My sister has a Beetle, a turbo Beetle. I don't know. It's convertible. Miller Time. There you go. You must work for them. That's a great commercial. Excuse me, says, hi, Rob. Have an 08 second gen Tacoma, and at the point where I'm trying to mod it up to get it to current tech standards. VS. Oh, versus buying a new model, which comes with all the latest and greatest. Hashtag dilemma. Yeah, you know, having an 08, you don't have to screw with any of this TSS sensor crap. If it's in great shape, runs good, body's good, no rust, I would for sure just upgrade the tech that you want in it. Then you don't have to have all that nanny garbage that the new ones come with. That just drives you insane. Jordan DeWald says, Toyota Camry, all-wheel drive. Monty Piper had a 73 Super Beetle, 2270 Type 4. You know, I don't know enough about him to even know what that means. Boise City Auto says, a Sunday live stream. That's rare. Yeah, you know, it's too cold outside or uncomfortable, you know, now that I'm a fair weather, got to be 80 kind of guy. So I thought, I'm going to jump on. We're just going to say, hey, you know, see who's on, wish everybody a Merry Christmas, and do that, you know. Bob Winter says, cool, Monty, cool, dude. Monty Piper says, that thing was awesome. Sean DeLong, Dad always had VW bugs growing up in Ohio, never had heat. Yeah, didn't they used to, the way it worked, didn't they have the coolant pumping around the edge of the, what do you want to say, the passenger compartment, if you will, or the interior of the bug, and it would circulate the coolant through, and that's how they heated the Volkswagens, the old ones. Isn't that what they used to do? Jordan, he likes the trailers. Bob Winter says, yep, I scraped the ice from the inside of the windows. Oh, bummer, man. I remember I had a Camaro, a 1972, I think, Camaro, that would do that in the winters. It would ice up on the inside of the glass, and that sucked. Bob Winter says, same here. Sean, Jordan DeWald says he likes trucks, sports cars, and cars. That about covers the whole gamut right there. Throw in buses, and I think you got it made. Monty Piper says, LOL, I had no heat in that car. Didn't have heater boxes. That's a bummer. Had to be uncomfortable in the winter, you know. Lucinda says, Miller Time, just got a new one. LOL, it's worth the money. Hey, Lucinda, what do you think of the nanny stuff in there? By that, I mean all the safety stuff, the TSS system, you know, the front sensor, the side beepers, the rear proximity indicators, all that stuff. Do you like that stuff? Are you into that stuff? Jordan DeWald, wow, we jumped, or I'm behind, or something weird happened. There we go. Jordan says he doesn't like the SUVs. Doesn't like them. Doesn't want them. You can keep them. He doesn't like them. Sean DeLong says those bugs would go anywhere, though, Bob. Yeah, I had a friend who had a Volkswagen, and one night, this was in high school, right? One night, I think it was high school or shortly thereafter, he decides he's going to have a few of the Miller times, and decides to jump in that bug, go through the gate at the fairgrounds. It was in a small town. Go through the gate at the fairgrounds and get out on the racetrack. So he did. He he takes his V-dub, he pops through the gate, knocked the gate down, goes out on the track, and he's doing laps around the track when they caught him. Wasn't a good scene, let me tell you. Not a good idea. Let's see. Bob Winter says, has heat, but, takes 20 minutes. How does the heat work, Bob? Is it circulated around? In other words, the coolant is circulated around and that's how it heats, or does it actually have a heater with a blower and all that stuff? Thunder Whisper says, your math is off, Rob. 250,000 people. Oh, you're right. No, you're right. What am I saying? My God. See that? See what happens? I was thinking $1. 250,000, oops, times 100. That's $25 million. My God, I was wrong. Thank you for correcting me. I had dollar stuck in my head. $1. It was $100. $25 million worth. Yeah, you bring in a little bit of interest doing that. Anyway, your math is off, Rob. 250,000 people put down $100. That's $25 million drawing interest. Yeah, they ain't the stupid ones. No offense, people. I know, man. It's like a pyramid scheme, right? Except in the end, you just get all your money back and Tesla keeps it all. It's brilliant, really. Lucinda says, not going to lie, test drove the new TRD Camry. Pretty cool for being a Camry. Toyota needs to start upping the power in their cars, though. Yeah, I've heard that TRD Camry is pretty nice. I haven't actually looked at it yet. I got to check it out and see what it is. Although I did see a Camry the other day parked somewhere, and it might have been the TRD version because it was pretty cool. Money Piper says, trade-off for custom exhaust system. Didn't drive too much in the winter. Gotcha. No, I bet not. I mean, driving one of those around in the winter when it's cold does not sound like a fun idea. Monty Piper says, no coolant, air-cooled. So where am I getting this? I was sure that it had some sort of coolant that would circulate around, and that's how they got heat. But maybe I'm just completely off. Bob Winter says, no coolant, heat exchanger from the muffler. Did it pump exhaust gas or air or whatever, heated air from the exhaust around in the inside, sealed, of course. You're not going to pump exhaust fumes into your vehicle. But is that how they did it? Is that what I'm thinking? Bob Winters says, no coolant heat exchanger from the muffler. Bob Winters says, from the exhaust. Gotcha. Bob Winters says, oh my gosh. Lucinda says, to be honest, I drive super dumps, CDL. So I don't really need it. I'm used to driving with none of those. I'm sure if you're doing that, that's for sure. But it's nice to have just in case I'm tired or start getting lazy driving. I got you. So you're driving big dump trucks then, right? I actually drove a dump truck once. When I was, I think, 13 years old, we were getting firewood. And for some reason, they brought along a dump truck to throw the firewood in, which was way overkill. We were never going to get anywhere near close to needing something that size. But they let me drive it in a field. And I actually was able to get it moving. I mean, it was horrible. It's gutless, obviously. It's a dump truck. And it was old. It was old then. And I was able to get it to go. It was a manual transmission. And I think I stalled once, I think. And then I basically floored it, and I was able to get the RPMs up enough so I could do the clutch, and got it to move. But man, it was horrible. I mean, you want to talk about rough. Now, I realize it's a dump truck, right? So, but we're in a field, and of course the field is plowed, and it's and then I'm jumping as I'm, doing. It was horrible, but I drove it. I got it to move. I think I got it up to 10 mile an hour. Maybe we weren't going far. But it was interesting. A full-size dump truck. How many people actually get the chance to drive a full-size dump truck? Let's see. Tundra Whisperer says, okay, need to get cleaned up. Party time is getting close. Well, T-Dub, I appreciate you being on here, buddy. You get yourself cleaned up and be nice to the in-laws. Put your nice face on. Bob Winter says, have fun, T-Dub. Sean says, you have to remember V-Dub bugs came from the Hitler times. Yeah. Lucinda says, shifting is all timing in dumps and tractors because you don't use a clutch to shift. Ha ha ha. See, I don't know much about it. I've only driven the one time, and that was it. Bob Winters says, yep, it's a Nazi car. Yeah. Boise City Auto says, hey guys, I'm back. Was doing some Christmas shopping. Crazy people. Yeah, going out and shopping anywhere right now is crazy. I mean, the crowds. I went to Walmart because Walmart is the luxury store around here, and I went there yesterday to pick up food because we need food to eat, and it was packed. It was packed, and it's funny here. There's something I've noticed about South Texas, and that is, well, two things in the stores. One, people like to congregate and have like reunions. The people get together and there's like a bunch of people talking and stuff, and that blocks the aisle, right? They're just talking about whatever, who knows, I don't know. And secondly, when they are blocking the aisle, even if they're looking at you, they don't move. Up in Ohio, when you did that, people were always getting out of your way. And I think that's because they never wanted any interaction, right? They just wanted to be left alone. So there was never even a chance of interaction because they always got out of the way. Here, they don't do that. Now, I will say the people here are much friendlier. So it's strange to me that they're so friendly here, but when you're walking down an aisle and you're approaching somebody, and obviously, I mean, I'm up to speed. When I go to the grocery store, I don't screw around. I'm zipping through there, and they can see you coming. So they know that you're coming through, and they don't move. I don't understand. But maybe it's just me. I'm in too much of a hurry. I don't know. Let's see. Sean DeLong says, later, T-Dub, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to all. Monty Piper says, Krautwagen. Yeah. Tundra Whisper says, take care all. They are good people, just boring as heck. Well, liven it up, T-Dub. I mean, sometimes you get what you give, right? Maybe they're a reflection of the people that are around them. Huh? I'm just saying. And have fun, bud. Boise City Auto says, driving a dump truck, that's nothing. Try driving a fully loaded semi-trailer or truck. The biggest I've ever driven is a 43-foot, I think it's 43, maybe 46. It's big. Motorhome. But that thing's automatic. It drives well. It does have the great big Cummins diesel in it. And that's it. The only problem with that is trying to maneuver it, in tight spaces or when you're passing somebody to leave extra room. Going around curves are interesting. Don't overdo it. But I've never driven a semi. Bob Winter says, serve some gin and tonics. There you go. That'll loosen them up, T-Dub. It'll be funner that way. Spike that punch, Lucinda says, hey, Rob, have you ever think they're going to... Wait a minute. Hey, Rob, you ever think they're going to be the Hilux? They're going to have the Hilux in the U.S., in the sense of a diesel engine in the Tacoma. That would be crazy, but so worth the money. No, I think they would probably put a diesel in the Tacoma before they did that because the Hilux or Helix, however you want to pronounce it, would be a competitor against their Tacoma. And I can't see them doing that here. But you never know. I mean, I know a lot of people are jonesing for that truck here. So, and maybe that will be their answer. The Gladiator is supposed to be coming out in diesel form down the road, they say, no timetable. So maybe that'll be the answer. Maybe they'll bring that truck here and put it here in diesel form. Boise City Auto says, well, when you work 6 days a week, time is not your friend. I understand that, man. Are things getting any better? I mean, how's your school going? You were going to get your certification and all that stuff, and where are you with that? Let's see. How's that? Let's see again. Tundra Whisper says, I'd rather stay here, but wife is giving me the eye right now. the dreaded I. That means move my arse now. Well, you could just carry whatever you're on, assuming you're not on a desktop, around with you, and you can just play it the whole time. Stick the phone in your pocket, put an earpiece in, pretend you're in the FBI or something, and just listen to the channel. I mean, I'm just saying, Bob Winters says, go T-Dub, go. J-Bay Media. Hey, it's been a long time, man. J-Bay Media says, hey, Rob, Joel from Vancouver, Canada, with the blue Civic hatch, 2017. Not sure if you remember me. I do remember you. J-Bay, you're a singer. J-Bay has some songs and stuff on his channel. How's that Civic treating you there, bud? Tony Whisper says, no way, Rob. I'm the life of the party. They're just boring. Lucinda says, Boise City Auto, I drive low boys too. Yesterday, I had to deliver 400 Komatsu excavator, a 400 Komatsu excavator, LOL. Light work. Haha. Yeah, I bet. Sean DeLong says, I do the bump and run, Rob. Better to ask for forgiveness than to give a crap. I see. Thunder Whisper says, crap. Oh, man. Okay. See you all. Have fun, T-Dub. Enjoy your party. Tell your wife we said, how you doing? And that's Nettie Girl, right? See? I got like a steel trap, man. Lucinda says, Boise City Auto. I drive low boys too. I read that. Thunder Whisper says, I read that. Boise City Auto. Lucky for me, I work Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So I only have to put up with the family for about an hour, then it's off to work. Is that why people choose to work for Christmas? I always wondered. Throughout the years growing up, we'd have family events and things, and it never failed that people would have to leave because they had to go to work. And I always wondered, why do people have to work on Christmas? Now I know why. They're doing this to avoid the family. It's their excuse to get out. Now, did they actually go to work? Who would know? The other benefit, of course, is most places you'd get paid triple time to work at Christmas. I remember when I was in high school, I was a dishwasher, and I could make good money working on the holidays. So I always worked the holidays. I got triple time and double time, and it was good money. Let's see. Bob Winters says, see ya, T-Dub. Boise City Auto says, well, Rob, I'm already certified. I'm now a full CNA. Well, what happened, man? I thought once you became a CNA, the world was going to open and you'd have more time, work a more traditional schedule, that kind of thing. You working more than one job, or what are you doing? Boise City Auto says, I'd rather listen to a live stream in the hang around my family. My family is boring and native as heck. LO. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. Lucinda says, I work holidays for the double time. There you go. If it's available, LOL. Need more money for parts. I know what you mean, man. I can relate. Monty Piper says, Lucinda looks like lucid. Lucinda looks like lucid. Well, I don't know what that means. So let's see. Did I catch up? I have caught up. Good. It's time to take a sip of the brown nectar. Here we go. Ready? By the way, this is not a pure commercial. But you guys over there at who is this? Who own these people? Who owns this company? Does it Lipton? You people over there at Lipton, if you're looking for somebody, call me, email me. You can get a hold of me on the channel. Let's get together, because I love the product. Refreshing, very refreshing. There. Lucinda says, Monty Piper. Yeah, it's actually pronounced. Oh, I'm pronouncing it wrong. It's actually pronounced Lucid Aloha, LOL. But I'm not a stickler for details, LOL. Let's take a little closer look at this. Lucid Aloha. And what am I saying? Lucinda. Where did I get that? Wow, you see, you start seeing things that aren't even there. I apologize. Lucid Aloha. Wow. Yeah, reading. Uh, that's funny. Wow. Um, Troy Hasty says, "What's up, buddy? Toyota needs to come on with your 2020 Tacoma. How long has it been now?" I placed the order September 15th. So September, October, November, December, over 3 months, which is 12 weeks. Only 8 more to go. 8 more to go. And I agree with you. It would be nice if Toyota got on with it. Sean DeLong says, "I'm out too, guys and gals. Merry Christmas to everyone. Catch you in the new year." Hey, Sean, thanks for being on, buddy. I hope you have a Merry Christmas. If I don't talk to you again. Bob Winters says, "You tried, Monty. You tried. You tried." Monty, he's laughing. Boise City Auto says, "Rob, hit the nail right on the head." Gotcha. Monty Piper, he's still laughing. Bob Winters says, "See you, Sean." Boise City Auto says, "Oh, yeah, I'm working Christmas Eve day because," wait a minute. "Oh, yeah, I'm working Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, and New Year's Day. Holiday money, baby." I understand that. I really do. Used to do that myself. Boise City Auto says, "Well, Rob, I'm currently working 2 jobs. My other job has been cutting my hours, so I had to pick up another job to make up the difference." Dan, I will say one thing for you, man. You probably get jobs faster and quicker than anybody I've ever met. I have never heard or seen of anybody that can pick up a job like you can, man. And kudos to you. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Z-Diver says, "For the U.S., its emissions are a stumbling block." Yes, that's the Helix's problem, or Hilux. If the company meets CO2 regulations in this part of the world, then we can expect 2020 Hilux or Helix. How do you pronounce it? Helix or Hilux? Very soon. It'd be interesting. A lot of people, I see a lot of comments from people that really like that truck. So I don't know. Lucid Aloha. See, I get it right now. "Hey, Rob, I've been watching your videos and I thought you were getting a manual. You said in this video you were getting an automatic. Is that true? LOL." No, that is not true. I am getting a manual. I have a 2020, for those of you who don't know, I have a 2020 Voodoo Blue TRD Tacoma off-road manual transmission on order. It will definitely be a manual. I wouldn't get an automatic, not now. I have an automatic in my 2018 that I'm trading. For me, it would make no sense to get another manual. It's not different enough without a manual transmission to go ahead and do that. It's just part of the whole package for me. So let me clear that up. If I said that, I apologize. It is a manual transmission for sure. So let's take a look. We did our little poll here, and it has been decided by 13-1. 13-1. You can see right there, I think. Yeah, I gotta be able to look at it myself. 13-1 in favor of the Gladiator. So that's a winner, I guess, for the Jeep Gladiator over the Tesla truck. The Cybertruck only got 1 vote. I can't believe, really, it only got 1 vote. What's amazing to me is that shortly after Tesla did their unveiling, at first, all the comments were horrible, were negative, right? Nobody liked it. Nobody wanted the Tesla Cybertruck. But then I started to see a little bit of a turnaround. People that had said they didn't like it, now all of a sudden they're warming up to it. Some of them didn't like it, but they wanted to get in on the electric truck bandwagon. So they went ahead and they put their Hondo down so they could, I guess, feel like they were going to be able to get one. I don't know. So I have seen a little bit of a mindset switch, I guess. So I'm surprised that the Gladiator actually has beaten the Tesla by such a margin. I mean, I know it's not a lot, but as far as the number of votes, but 13-1, I would have thought they'd have gotten at least 5 votes. I mean, I don't know. Lucid Aloha says, "I was going to get the off-road, but I didn't like the black over the fenders. That's my problem too. The blue over fenders, wait a minute. The blue over fenders plus the hood scoop looked so much more appealing to me Just got to take off the air dam and buy a metal skid plate. Yeah, that's a problem for me. That's why I didn't go with the off-road when I bought the Sport that I have now. I do like the hood scoop on the Sport, and I for sure like the color-matched fender flares as compared to the off-road. But I figured, I wanted something different for the channel. Of course, I don't think I've ever had an off-road. I probably have. I'm sure one of the 5 or 6 that I've had was an off-road. Can't remember. But I wanted something different for the channel, and that's why I went with the off-road. I do prefer the hood scoop and the color-matched flares. So we'll see. I may change those out. I might even change the hood out. Throw a sport hood on the off-road. That'd be sacrilege, wouldn't it? Can you hear the people? Oh, my God. The skid plate. Are you looking to do the paint job on it? Did you see the video I did where I painted mine black and then changed out? Recently, I changed out the letters to color match the truck. Red actually wouldn't look too bad. It comes with the red TRD letters in the skid plate. But I decided to color match, and I think it's going to look really cool. So the lettering in my skid plate now is Voodoo Blue. I just need the truck to put it on, It's just sitting in the garage waiting. All right, so we have caught up with comments. I've been on here for an hour, so I think it's about time for me to go see what's going on in the rest of the house. Boise City says, Rob, I can't believe you still got to wait 2 more months just to get your pickup. What is Toyota sleeping on the job? LOL. Well, they're probably shut down now, and they're probably shut down from now through after New Year's. So the next 2 to 3 weeks is probably non-existent for production. So you're into the second week of January once they get back up and going. So you only have 3 weeks or 2 weeks left in January, and then you're into February when the truck's supposed to come. So I'm guessing from a production standpoint, I am really about 2 weeks away, 2 to 3 weeks away from a production standpoint of getting that truck. That's what I think. I don't know. Bob Winter says, thanks for the break. Back to working on the garage. Thanks for stopping in, Bob. I appreciate you as always, buddy. And Merry Christmas to you. Justin Stevenson says, Merry Christmas, everyone. Justin, Merry Christmas to you and everyone. Lucid Aloha says, I had a friend tell me that there's a plate under the hood scoop that you can take off and make it a functional hood scoop, LOL. I don't think that's true. But I'm not sure. I think I looked at that, but I'm not sure. Boise City says the Tesla truck is a junk. Bob, our Z-Diver rather, is thumbs upping and okay. And hey, Paul, thank you very much for the $20 super chat. I really appreciate that, buddy. I really do. Merry Christmas to you. Bob Winter says, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Bob. Monty Piper says, Monty out. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Monty. Lucid Aloha says, oh boy. Mele Kaliki Maka. That's from Christmas Vacation, did that line, right? Mele Kaliki Maka. I'm sure I'm butchering it. Everyone, that means Merry Christmas in Hawaiian, LOL. Hey, thank you very much. Merry Christmas to you. Thanks for being on here. And again, congrats on that new truck. Excellent taste in color choice. Joe Cabral says, Merry Christmas, Rob. Joe, thank you very much. Merry Christmas, bud. Bob Winters, he's a smiling. Krista Greenbean says, Merry Christmas, everyone. Monty Piper says, the swimming pool scene. Yes, there you go. That's a good scene. Anyway, Merry Christmas to everybody. I think I'm going to be on Monday night. That'll be the last live stream before Christmas. We will have a live stream or a giveaway on Monday night, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Not sure what I'm going to give away yet. We'll see. Anyway, Merry Christmas to everybody. Thanks for being on here, and we will see you next time on the web. Bye.